There's no way, shape, or form that I'm going to quit, that I'm going to stop. I may get overwhelmed, I may get stressed, I may have to deal with stuff that comes up, but this is where the growth is. And I'm telling you, man, when you feel that pressure in that moment, I want you to remind yourself, I'm growing. When you feel guilty for doing what's right for you, remember, I'm growing. Okay? When you know that you have to have that uncomfortable conversation, you know, I'm growing, because you love yourself enough to speak your truth even when your voice shakes, because it's not that easy. But remember what Les Brown says, if you do what is easy, your life will be hard. If you do what is hard, your life will be easy.
I'm Luke, and you're listening to the Luke Mind Power podcast.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. I'm just making sure that you're paying attention, because this is about to change your freaking life. Welcome to another episode of the Luke Mind Power podcast. It's such a blessing to be here with you all. Wherever you are around the world, this is your moment where you take some time out for yourself. And that's why, self-care and feeding your mind with good energy, good information is a game changer. I was actually just having a conversation with one of my private clients, and we were talking about health. I think that this is going to change your life, what I'm going to share with you right now, because the one thing I heard from Dr. Joe Dispenza as well earlier this year, he was talking about your diet. And so basically what he was saying, you can have a vegan diet, you can be a vegetarian, you can be the healthiest freaking person on this planet. But if you haven't taken care of your trauma, your pain, your suppressed emotions, your trapped, stored negative energy from your past, maybe you got emotional trauma, maybe you went through an abusive relationship, maybe you went through some sort of abuse as a child, and there you are trying to be a healthy person, and by eating a good diet and, going to sleep on time and expecting that, your body's supposed to be healthy. Now, I'm just curious, pay attention. How do you expect your body to function properly if it's in a negative state? This is a game changer, ladies and gentlemen. Pay attention to what I'm saying. This is where everything changes in your life, because you become aware that energy is everything. And if your body is in a negative state, no matter how healthy you are, no matter how much you exercise, no matter how well you take care of what you put in your stomach, if you don't take care of your trauma, your pain, your past, your insecurities within yourself because of negative experiences that have shaped the way that you think about yourself, that's a negative vibration. Even thinking negatively about yourself is a negative vibration. It's negative. Remember what your thoughts are a way of thinking. So if you think about a positive thought, like I'm beautiful, I'm amazing, wow, amazing. What is that? That's good. It's good energy. And then it makes you feel a specific way. Well, if you think of yourself as being stupid and not intelligent and dumb, what's that? That's a really low vibration. It's like, oh, that doesn't make me feel good. That's shit. I don't feel good about myself. So what does that do? That then affects the way that you feel, which is an energetic response, which is what you become. That's why Earl Nightingale says, you become what you think about, and you attract what you are. So if you're living on a low vibration, then you're going to attract that kind of energy to your life. So energy is everything. And that's why continuing to raise your vibrational frequency to go on a higher level, because you're happier, because you're more positive, because you've worked on your past, is a game changer. And I know that this may be something that you've only heard for the first time, but what I was talking about with my private client, I was talking about you can be on the healthiest diet, but if you haven't taken care of your trauma, your past, your suppressed, trapped, stored energy within yourself, then your body's going to find it hard to regulate itself in a healthy way. That's why I say being happy is healthy. Doing what you love, doing what you enjoy. Like I dance. I love dancing. I just feel the energy of the music. I'm just excited, and I love it. And doing what makes you, like for speaking, for example. I love speaking. I love doing this motivational content. I love creating the content on my social media platforms. I love coaching. I love helping people. What am I doing? I'm always in a positive state. I'm happy, which also affects that. It's true. I don't have a perfect diet, guys. I love burgers, pasta, pizza, kebabs. From time to time, I have salads, and I mean that's what I eat actually every morning. I have a smoothie, I have a green juice. I have a salad, I have your ginger shot. Then I have a coffee. Sometimes I have three or four shots of the latte, kind of 3/4 full, and then I have a croissant or something like that. So my diet in no way is perfect. But I've worked on myself. I've healed my past. I'm confident. I'm happy. I'm living in my purpose. I go and exercise. I sleep well. And everything matters. Everything matters. So that is kind of a substitute. I do all these other things really good. And it's a substitute sometimes if I don't have the best diet, if I don't eat perfectly. But again, it is all about balance. But that's just a reminder, and if you haven't done the work, then reach out to me, because I've got a whole team that's here to assist you and support you, as well as myself being part of that team to help you to transform your life. And all it is a click away. It's a direct message away to say, hey, I haven't worked on my past. I haven't overcome my insecurities. I haven't overcome my fears and my doubts. And I haven't overcome my suppressed energy and my trauma and my limiting beliefs. I want to overcome that. That's where your next level of life is, on the other side of that fear, on the other side of the doubt, on the other side of what you haven't worked on yet. Powerful stuff, guys. I can't believe the amount of transformations that people have had because they've been doing my program. Phenomenal. And the amount of people that have come off medications, yes, people heal their depression. Yes, people get over their anxiety. Yes, people transform their lives and become successful and start doing what they love and get paid for it. This is part of what this journey is all about. If you want to learn how to love yourself, learn from someone who's done it. I'm here. Hello. You know what I mean? Like, it's not rocket science. I'm not here for any other reason other than to share with you what I've learned and help you to get there. Just like my business coach helped me to create my coaching business and where I'm at right now, because he showed me the way, So learn from people who have been where you want to go. Learn from people who have what you want. It's probably one of the best things that you can do. So not only is that important, but it also matters, all right, your environment and who you surround yourself and who you're talking to, because everything is energy, and you want to continue to surround yourself with that positive environment, positive energy, positive people, because that affects your energy of your body as well. And your body responds to that. So imagine how your body is responding to stress, which is trauma. Like, that's why you think about a child that's 7 or 8 or 9 years old that's constantly in an environment where both parents are abusing each other, or one parent's abusing the other one, and the child is witnessing this, or the child is also being abused every day. What kind of stress is that child under? A lot of trauma. So the body is responding to that. Even if it's you in a toxic relationship, for example, and you're constantly being brought down, whether it's verbally, whether it's financially, whether it's physically, that's stress over time. Your body is freaking like churning with all of this, like it's bubbling up. It's like hot water, constant, like it's a fucking kettle that doesn't turn off. That's what some of us are constantly going on, like living through. It could be that you're in a relationship, for example, and you know that it's not right, but you just don't know how to leave. And so you are constantly suppressing the truth. And so you know that it's not right. You know that it's got, the expiry date has surpassed, but because of your family, it's because of the kids that you've got now in this relationship, because of like your in-laws, for example, right? Because of your friends and what their life they're living, you're afraid to kind of step out because you're going to be different, and because you may be judged, and because this is not the dream. Like, your dream was to have what you have right now, but now you're realizing it's not your dream anymore. Whatever that situation for you is that you've gotten to in this point in time in your life, is this the end of the road for me? Is this how I'm going to settle? Because it's so easy to settle. And then what you can do for yourself in this moment of settling is basically give up. And you're basically allowing your body to constantly be fueled with this negative vibration, because your body knows the truth. Your body knows when something is unhealthy. Your body knows if you're doing the right thing or not, because you can feel it. Everything's a feeling. That's why I always say your feelings are real. And the more that you trust yourself, the more that you build confidence in yourself, the more that you love yourself, the more that you honor the way that you feel. And that's something that we ignore so much. We don't listen enough to our bodies. We don't listen enough to like the truth of like, what is here? What are we really feeling? What is that truth? And I tell you that if you make 2024 a year of you becoming more confident, you learning to love yourself, you investing in your personal development, you reaching out to me and saying, Luke, let's work together. I want to know, how does your program work? How can I change my life? We are here for you, myself and my team. There's a reason why thousands of people continue to say the same shit. I have been to therapy for years and I've never gotten the results that I'm getting doing your work. Why do they say that? It's not a coincidence. But one of the major keys of my coaching program and the way that I deliver it and the way that I've created it is because it also has access to a lot of love. The one thing that most people say all the time, and I hear this all the time, especially when people are starting and I'm sharing, like somebody's speaking who's been in the program for 3 months. They're always like, when I first started, it was hard for me to appreciate the amount of love that I was receiving from the community. And I was like, wow. I'm like, yeah, because some of us never got that. So it's really hard to come into this community and to start this journey, and to be, because there's a lot of love. We love on you, we support you, we believe in you, we encourage you, we let you know that you're safe and that we understand you and that we believe in you and that you got this. And then when you receive all this love and attention, it's so foreign for many of us, because if we were abandoned or neglected or we weren't loved or accepted as a child, this becomes very foreign. It's almost like we're afraid of it because we're not used to it. And that's just part of the mental conditioning of what you've experienced in the past, the psychology of how your mind has been programmed, that it's scared of anything that's unfamiliar. There is resistance. And so almost as you begin this journey, you want to run away because you think, this is not real. This can't be true. How can I be in a community that people actually care about me, that they love me, they support me? I don't even know these people, So, and that's why I always say, like, this is the family that you didn't have when you're a child. This is the family that we needed more of. And it's basically a process of like going through a journey of like reparenting yourself and reconditioning your mind and building that superpowered confidence so that you can live your dreams, not your fears. And 2024 is already here, and this is a massive opportunity, for myself. I'm here to grow even more. I can't wait to announce the next events that we have coming up, and there's just so much going to be happening for me as well. And it's a blessing to be here with you guys as well, to be on this journey, to be supporting you guys, whether you're working with us or whether you're just listening on the podcast, or whether you just follow me on Instagram, wherever it is, on TikTok, and you just, you're inspired by my dancing and the content that I keep on releasing. We're all on this journey together, and it really is a blessing. Like, sometimes I have to kick myself and go, man, what are you doing? Like, you're pretty amazing, because I sometimes forget too, that like I do this because I'm on repeat, I'm continuously taking action, and it has become, unconscious competence. And that's really what you want to be. You want to master what you're passionate about. You want to master what you're good at. Right. And there's always new levels. And I've noticed myself, even with my business and stuff like that, I get comfortable with something. And then when, I get approached to do something new and I haven't done that before, whether it's, in sales or whether it's, new marketing strategies or whatever that is, all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to do that. And there's this fear or a little bit of doubt that comes up, and I'm aware of it, but it's also like, nah, man, one thing at a time. One piece of the puzzle at a time, and you're more capable than you think you are, and you can do it. So this is just a reminder, that, the journey of 1,000 miles does start with a single step. And anything that you're working on right now, if you're feeling overwhelmed, then all you need to do is just slow down and stop. Sometimes you need to just take a day off and find that balance for yourself. Sometimes we're just overwhelming ourselves with so much shit all the time that, we feel just inundated with projects and priorities and things that we're working on, that it just becomes too much and we want to give up. And I've had these days, man. Let me tell you, man, there was a few days in 2023 where I just felt like, this is too much, man. I can't do this. This is fucked, honestly, but I had to like slow down, pull myself back up, take a break, breathe, and just go, bro, look how far you've come. Look at all the work that you've done. You didn't come this far just to get this far. You didn't come this far just to complain and go, nah, it's too much. And that's it, really the definitive difference between success and failure. Realizing that the journey to the top of the mountain is uncomfortable and your legs are going to hurt and you're going to feel like stopping, you're going to feel like going back down. And that's the thing, if you stop, you really do go back down. I was like, nah, man, I didn't come all this way to like go back to where I came from. So this is a moment in your life where I encourage you to keep pushing forward. I encourage you to remind yourself that you are powerful, that you are amazing, that you can do this, that, there's so much more ahead that you don't know about yet because you just haven't made it there yet and you haven't continued on. And by persevering and by surrounding yourself with the right environment, the positive environment, and listening to this podcast and speaking to positive people and surrounding yourself with people that care about you, that want to see you win, like myself, that's all I want to do, is to see you win. Good things come to good people. You know what I mean? And I also, if you're someone who listens to my podcast, but you follow me on Instagram or TikTok and Facebook and you share my content, I just want you to know that I appreciate you. I love you. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. And if you like my stuff, if you comment on it, any sort of like, energy that you put out onto my platforms is received. And the other thing that I really want you to be aware of is that what you put out comes back. And so it's appreciated. And I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful that, I look at my content and I see people sharing it and posting it on their stories and stuff like that. And it really does help. But it just also, I want to remind you that, what you do, it also comes back. And that's why the same thing for me, like this is for me, the podcast, like the podcast is a free platform that I do this, there's no like, I'm not making money from my podcast. I do this because I love it. And I really believe in the law of reciprocation. I really believe in the putting out good energy, and what you put out comes back. I learned this from Dean Graziosi. I learned this from Gary Vee, the way that they market their businesses and how they put content out and how you give value. You know what I mean? It's not just about, making sales and shit. It's about providing value. And that's how you build, I believe that's how you build relationships and how you build trust as well. It's not just about making sales and about business. It's about making a difference, and that's really what I want to continue to stay aligned with is, I'm here to make a difference. I'm here to be of service to others because I was of service to myself. I'm here to live my dreams and make a difference and make a positive impact. And I know that I'm doing that, So, it's a blessing to be on this journey with you. And I just want to remind you to keep pushing forward. Don't quit. Don't give up. Even when it gets hard, keep showing up. Keep saying yes to yourself. Keep loving yourself loudly and proudly, because it isn't supposed to be easy. But when you persevere and you get the results, and sometimes you're not going to get the results straight away. In fact, a lot of the times you don't get the results straight away. And so whatever it is that you're working on right now and you're not getting recognized for, keep going. Whatever you're doing and whatever you're not achieving yet, keep going. When they tell you that you can't keep going or that you can't do it, keep going. When you feel like quitting, keep going. Because this is the difference between you achieving your greatness and you not achieving your greatness. If you don't keep following your dreams, you'll never achieve them. And you didn't come here to live your fears and to live a life where you look back at the end of your life and you're like, damn, I made mistakes, or damn, I regret that I didn't take action, or I'm disappointed that I didn't believe in myself enough. You want to get to the end of your life and look back and go, damn, man, I really showed up. This is amazing. I'm proud of me. Well done. And so that's what I want for you, because there's no way, shape, or form that I'm going to quit, that I'm going to stop. I may get overwhelmed. I may get stressed. I may have to deal with stuff that comes up, but this is where the growth is. And I'm telling you, man, when you feel that pressure in that moment, I want you to remind yourself, I'm growing. When you feel guilty for doing what's right for you, remember, I'm growing. Okay. When you know that you have to have that uncomfortable conversation, I'm growing, because you love yourself enough to speak your truth even when your voice shakes, because it's not that easy. But remember what Les Brown says, if you do what is easy, your life will be hard. If you do what is hard, your life will be easy. So keep doing what is hard. Like, for example, going to the gym. I was in the gym this morning and I'm doing legs. And as soon as I finish doing the legs, I'm walking around going, ah, ah, ah. And I'm just like, oh, fucking hell, man. Like, it's so hard. Why is it so hard? But it's always hold the vision and keep the end in mind. Start with the end in mind. Think about where you're going. Think about how it's going to feel. So I have to put myself in that frame of mind also and go, what's it going to feel like when I'm on stage in front of 10,000 people? How did I get there? I just didn't quit. What's it going to feel like when I'm being interviewed by Tony Robbins? What's it going to feel like when Lewis Howes is interviewing? What's it going to feel like when I'm on Ed Milet's podcast? What's it going to feel like when I'm talking to Gary Vee? What's it going to feel like when I'm talking to Tom Bilyeu? What's it going to feel like when, I'm talking to Trent Shelton? Like, all these big, big names, like, what's it going to feel like? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to feel accomplished. I'm going to be like, I didn't quit. I didn't give up. I deserve to be there. And you deserve to be where you're supposed to be as well, but only if you persevere and keep taking action. And so the gym is the same thing. How's it going to feel when I go do the session at the gym and I finish it and I walk out? I'm going to feel like, yes, I did it. I achieved that. One of my goals for today. because I know that exercise is not the easiest thing to do. And I can appreciate why many of us don't do it. Many of us don't do it because it's just uncomfortable, because it's hard. But, as Lewis Howes, says, try and do something hard each day. Try and do something each day that puts you out of your comfort zone, that stretches you, that puts you, in a bit of pain. And I know myself, going to the gym that's where the pain is. Like doing legs, legs is like annoying. I'm not saying breath work is bad. Breath work is absolutely phenomenal. It's so good for you. But I want to remind you as well that when you go to the gym, when you exercise, when you're doing cardio or whatever that is for you, high intensity training, what you're also doing is breath work. Many people don't realize this. It's like, what are you doing when you're training, when you're exercising? You're breathing, right? What does your body thrive off? Oxygen. What do we not get enough of? Why do we get sick quicker than others? Not enough oxygen. Your lungs thrive off that air. What am I doing when I go to the gym? Breathing heavily, fucking in and out, in and out, in and out. So really, I'm doing breath work. So that's why exercising is good for you, because it's the same as you sitting and doing breath work. So you can choose. You can do breath work, or you can go and go to the gym, but because it's that oxygen, right, into your lungs. It's that creates that mental clarity. That's why it's so powerful, so good for your mind, so good for your body. But for me, as a man, I enjoy going to the gym. I enjoy taking care of my body. I enjoy defining my physique. I like to look at myself in the mirror and see the definition. I like my biceps. I like my calves, my quads, my chest and all that. Like I do. I like it. I love it. That's me. And I like to take care of myself by going to the gym and looking after that shape. I can easily let myself go and go, okay, you do breath work, but it's not in me. I've been going to the gym for the last 20 years, and I find it a really enjoyable experience to kind of switch off. I try not to take my phone into the gym when I'm there, so that I'm just switched off. I'm just there, and there's the gym that I go to now, like there's only sometimes one person in there, or sometimes there's none, and it's got like a piano playing or a little bit of meditation music or something like that, like as if I was in some kind of spa, and I really love that because it's just peaceful. It's weird. Like, I don't know. I just really love spaces where there's no one around. It's just so nice. Oh my gosh. It's so freaking peaceful. Like right now, it's so calm. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me on another episode of the Luke Mind Power podcast. Please don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on yourself. You are amazing. You are brilliant. Once you finish this episode, please do yourself a massive favor and go and look at yourself in the mirror and give yourself a high five or a fist pump and say, I'm proud of you. Let's keep growing. I'll see you on the next episode, guys. And do me a favor just before you finish up. If you haven't already left me a 5-star rating and a review on Spotify, and you're listening on Spotify, go onto the Spotify app there where you find my podcast. You'll see that there's a star there, and leave me a 5-star rating and a review if you can. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, please do the same. And if you're watching on YouTube, please make sure you hit that red subscribe button and let me know your plans for the year. What are your goals? What do you want to achieve? Let me know. I'm really interested. I love reading all the comments on YouTube. And also make sure that you hit that notification button as well and like the video. That really helps with YouTube knowing that you guys really enjoy this content, and that puts it out to more people as well. And of course, share this with your friends, man. Share my podcast with your friends. Let them know that you're listening to someone who is absolutely extraordinary. You love listening to this positive motivational speaker called Luke Mind Power that fucking dances around the world, does a little bit of comedy, and he's the best motivational speaker in the world. Never give up, guys. I will see you on the next episode. Peace out. Thank you for joining me on this journey of self-discovery and growth. If you're ready to grow and reach your full potential and find inner peace, send me a DM that says, I want inner peace, and I'll send you the next steps. You can accomplish anything you set your mind to. When you change your mind, you change your whole life. So don't hesitate and send that DM over to me. Myself and my team can't wait to meet you and witness your transformation in full glory. See you next week.